beginning of the last mile going downhill. And downhill is actually harder for me than uphill, which is funny. And I saw the 3-hour, 34-minute pacers go by, and so I jumped in with them, and I was able to stay with them until the last mile. But the road got really rocky on the last mile, and as a barefoot runner, rocky roads do slow me down. It's just the way it is. If they're really rocky, it's gonna slow me down. So I was kind of like by myself when I went under the Ventura Pier, which was kind of cool in a weird sort of way, because I couldn't keep up with the pacers. And I'm just reading my notes here. Yeah, just kind of a frustrated feeling at the last mile. There was like a bicycle in the road, and I was feeling frustrated, like why are they in the road? I hope they get out of my way so I can get past. And my friend Elizabeth was there with her cheering me on sign, and I was just delirious. I'm kind of embarrassed. I don't even know how I was acting with her, but I was, yeah, really tired and delirious. So I have some other notes here. So at the very end, I got disoriented because you kind of do some twists and turns, and there was a huge crowd in the way, but they stopped and got out of the way. So it was kind of weird. There's like all these people cheering for you and all the American flags at the end. That was really cool. It was really emotional and exciting to see those flags and the word finish up ahead. That was really crazy. And I had in my mind that I wanted to jump in the ocean after the marathon because it's right there, but there were all of these rocks in the way. So I met up with my friend Amy, and we got down, we went like half a mile past, probably not that far, but it felt like it. And we found some stairs, and stairs were really hard to go down, but we did it, and we got down into the water, and it was really refreshing after running a marathon to get to jump in the ocean. My feet did cramp a few times during the marathon and even afterward, but mentally I told myself, no, you know, I couldn't let them do that. So I just mentally was able to get them to stop cramping. It's very weird and powerful how much you can tell your body what to do. So I just said, no, you're not allowed to cramp up, and they didn't. So the recovery, 5 hours after the marathon, I was at home, and I actually went into shock because my hips locked up and my brain was telling my legs to move and they would not move. It was really scary. I actually was considering going to the hospital, but I just took deep breaths, calmed myself, and was able to mentally work myself out of going into shock. Thank the Lord for that, because I don't really know how I did that, but I was in a lot of pain. So I broke down and took some Advil. I don't like to take medication, but I took some Advil and I put some ice on the hips and on the legs. It's the upper tops of the legs that hurt. And so going up and down stairs were really terrible for about 3 days. But I forced myself to do it, although I took the elevator at work just to give myself a break, because I move around a lot at work. And the elevator was really nice. And I got over my fear of elevators because I appreciated the elevator so much. So yeah, I have kind of a fear of elevators, and that cured it. And so by Thursday, so the race was Sunday, by Thursday I felt great again. So that's how long the recovery took, was about 4 days. So I think that's all I was going to say today. I'm just double checking my notes. If I forget anything, I'll put it in the description. I just found another note. I have all these little notes everywhere, post-it notes and stuff. You want to know how many calories the marathon burned, at least for me? 2,700 calories. And that's from Map My Walk, I think. Is that what measures the calories? Yeah. I use Map My Walk and MyFitnessPal. I sync them both together. That way I know how many calories I've earned and how many I can eat. And I try to eat enough calories to keep myself fueled. But yeah, 2,700 calories for the marathon. And that day I walked 57,145 steps. So that's a little bit of a marathon recap and an explanation of how my recovery is going. And I think that's it. This is a really long video. I don't like watching really long videos on YouTube, so if you hung in this far, put a comment that I watched the whole thing. And thank you for watching the whole thing. I hope